A legendary Montana filmmaker dies and leaves behind a great legacy. How the Glacier Park International Airport is handling record-setting growth. And the White House lays out plans for an immigration deal.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KAJ, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Don Fisher. The Montana resident who brought snow sports filmmaking into its own has died. Warren Miller passed away today at the age of 93. Family members say he died peacefully at his home on Orcas Island north of Seattle. Miller was a director of skiing at the Yellowstone Club in Big Sky, but his skiing films made him a legend in the snow sports community. His first film, shot on a used 8mm camera, was shown in Port Angeles, Seattle, and Vancouver. Miller says he made $8 on that venture. After that, his career skyrocketed as the skier caught in his lens rushed downhill. He loved mountains, but the ones he loved the most were here in Montana.
All the places I've ever been on skis with my camera, I settled in Montana. I think it revolves around that simple word called freedom. And the state is so big that, you spin around in a 360 and there's freedom in every direction.
And Miller made more than 500 films in his career before selling his company to his son, who later sold it to Time Incorporated. Miller's most recent film, Line of Descent, featured many places in western Montana, including Whitefish, Turner Mountain near Libby, and Seeley Lake. A memorial service is planned for Big Sky next week, but the details are yet to be released. And switching over to weather, more rain and snow mix hits northwestern Montana as we continue with this weather pattern, which only looks to get stronger as we get closer to the weekend. For more, let's turn it over to Chief Meteorologist Aaron Yost, who has a look at our first forecast. Aaron?
That's exactly right, Don. We are looking at anticipated snowy conditions heading into this weekend, and then more so, I think, for a Saturday morning. But we will see eventually a switch over to rain as we head into that Sunday, Monday timeframe. Right now, though, seeing quite the disturbance roll through west central Montana, enough to put down a couple of quick inches of snow and create some very slick roadways in the Missoula area. So winter weather advisories have been issued for this part of western Montana through 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. We will continue with these scattered snow showers tomorrow and Saturday. Got the rest of the forecast on the way.
All right, thanks, Aaron. A new lobbying resort shows controversial power company Whitefish Energy shelled out a six-figure payment for lobbying Congress after the firm came under fire for a contract to restore power in hurricane-ravaged Puerto Rico. Whitefish Energy raised eyebrows when the tiny company nailed a $300 million contract to restore power in the wake of Hurricane Maria last year. The contract with Puerto Rico Electric Power Authority was eventually canceled after questions were raised about the company's ability to handle the work, but also because the contract was awarded without competitive bidding. Some critics also questioned the company's association with Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke, although the Whitefish Republican flatly denied having anything to do with the deal. Now the Center for Responsive Politics says a fourth quarter lobbying report shows Whitefish Energy paid $150,000 to have the law firm Foley Ladner defend them when Congress started looking into the contract. The center's website, opensecrets.org, says neither Whitefish Energy or the law firm offered comment on the revelation. As the Glacier Park International Airport sees record growth, the question now is how they will be able to sustain continued growth while they work on a large expansion project, and how will it affect the passengers. MTN's Nicole Miller found out.
As visitation numbers to Glacier National Park continue to climb, the airport continues to set records. And with all that growth, Glacier Park International Airport Director Rob Rutkowski says the airport is in the early stages of a building and terminal expansion.
Probably in the next 3 or 4 years, I imagine, we'll see some pretty significant construction here at the airport.
He says the first step is to develop an updated version of the airport master plan.
We haven't identified even how much more space we might need, but we are starting that planning process. And we're going to take a look at where the needs come in at, and then we'll start designing a project around that.
Rutkowski says they're working with specialized airport planning consultants to help ensure the plan will successfully accommodate anticipated travel for the next 20 years.
So if it says in 5 years we're going to have another 50,000 passengers, then we figure out how much space another 50,000 passengers would need, how much space all the airplanes would need, and then we design for that.
But for right now, Rutkowski says the airport can handle the continued growth.
The good news is even with this record passenger count, the building can handle it right now. And so when they did the master plan and the design for this building 20 years ago, they did a good job, because here we are at 20 years and the building can still handle it.
Nicole Miller, MTN News, Glacier Park International Airport.
And next, the airport will look at viable design options and gather public input this summer and fall. One driver was injured in a crash that happened near Whitefish this morning. The crash happened at the intersection of U.S. Highway 93 and U.S. Highway 40 just before 9 a.m., causing roadblocks for nearly 2 hours. Trooper Brian Thorne of the Montana Highway Patrol says a Toyota RAV4 was headed north on U.S. 93 before hitting a GMC utility van in the intersection with Highway 40. Thorne says both lights were yellow at the time, and both cars tried to get through the light before hitting each other. The driver of the RAV4 was transported to North Valley Hospital in Whitefish with neck, knee, and shoulder pain, and the driver of the GMC did not sustain any injuries. Trooper Thorne says this is a reminder of how dangerous these intersections can be.
Vehicles coming through, they're obviously going faster. Sometimes they can't slow down, and then if you need to, you just can't enter the intersection once the light is red. But if you're already out there, make sure the other traffic is stopped before you go ahead and clear through.
And both roads were reopened this afternoon, and traffic continues to flow normally. 2 people were killed in an early morning house fire in south central Montana community of Immigrant. Crews responded to the home after a neighbor called 911. Once there, personnel tried to make contact with anyone who might have been inside the home, but no one responded. After the fire was extinguished, 2 bodies and a dog were found dead inside the home. Authorities at this hour are trying to identify the victims. The Park County Sheriff's Office and a state fire marshal are still investigating. At a time of the year when Montana's homeless population is the most vulnerable, one nonprofit is trying to help. MTN's Jack Ginsburg takes us to the winter warm-up event that helps the homeless connect to vital resources.
When folks came in through these doors here at the Gateway Community Center on Thursday, they were offered services from 35 different agencies that helped with anything from dental care and taxes to clothing and medical assistance. The event focuses on those who are either homeless or on the brink of homelessness and struggling through daily life. One of the most popular and important stations at the event today was the identification and birth certificate booth. Stephen says this is vital to get those who are struggling back on their feet to get through everyday life.
People can't get a job without those things. They can't actually function in our society without them. They can't go to the doctor. They can't do anything. So we've done a huge amount of that today as well.
And not only were humans helped out by this event, but their furry friends as well.
We had her nails done and we had her chipped.
Mary Godwin just moved up here with her dog, Georgia Anna Godwin, and lost her tracking chip. Mary says this event helped her re-chip Georgia for no cost and hope that the event continues in the following years.
This is great. This is fantastic. If they could do it next year and people could come, yes, it is.
Not only did the event offer services to people who came, but provided 2 separate meals throughout the day. Stephen says this entire event would not be possible without the support from the local community.
We're very, very grateful to all the people who brought donated items for this event, because we couldn't do it, plus the probably 60 to 70 volunteers that are here today giving of their day to help serve the guests that we had from the community.
Jack Ginsburg, MTN News, Kalispell.
The trial of a Flathead County official who is accused of killing trees at a public park near his Whitefish Lake home has been delayed again. Flathead County Commissioner Phil Mitchell pled not guilty to felony criminal mischief last year after a county parks employee discovered 6 dead cottonwood trees next to Mitchell's home. Prosecutors say in court documents that he admitted to pouring Roundup on one of the trees because they were a, quote, substantial nuisance. Mitchell issued a written apology to county staff for destroying the trees and offered to pay restitution or plant new ones. District Court Judge Jim Manley excused himself from the case in November, delaying the trial, which will now be handled by District Court Judge Robert Olson. Now the date has been moved again to February 26th. Mitchell was elected to the Flathead County Board of Commissioners in 2014, and he previously served on the Whitefish City Council. Frenchtown school district leaders are denying that they ignored reports a high school music teacher was sexually assaulting students. That statement, contained in court documents filed yesterday, sets the stage for what could end up as a trial in federal court. MTN's Eric Clements has the details.
School district attorneys made that statement in response to a lawsuit filed in U.S. District Court in Missoula against the school district and Frenchtown Superintendent Randy Klein for the assaults attributed to teacher Troy Basher. The suit claims the district didn't stop Basher from harassing and groping the anonymous student named in the suit even after she complained. But the district's attorneys say they did investigate reports back in 2015 that a student was feeling uncomfortable around Basher, with an additional report last year. However, they say the defendants deny they failed to take measures to protect female students at Frenchtown High School, saying the assault claims are unsubstantiated. And they say there were no allegations against Basher as early as 2014 and deny multiple students reported uncomfortable or harassing behaviors from the teacher. The district also maintains its staff promptly and adequately investigated and responded to all allegations of harassment, bullying, and threats. And attorneys say the defendants lack sufficient knowledge and information about the students' distress and decision to leave the district, so they're also denying those allegations. However, the district does admit that Basher texted the student and others, played games with the girl on her smartphone, and friended her on the choir's Facebook page. The brief also addresses whether the student's name was shared on social media or bullied in the weeks after the case came under investigation by the sheriff's office, when people were rallying to the teacher's defense. The district also admits Klein wrote a letter to the student's parents saying, quote, "Mr. Basher did violate boundaries with your daughter, but said the district could not substantiate allegations of inappropriate sexual contact." The attorneys also say Klein sent a press release to the Missoulian, but claims it was the newspaper that decided to publish it as an opinion piece. Eric Clements, MTN News, Missoula.
And Basher is also facing misdemeanor criminal charges in Missoula County. Up next, Aaron is back with the rest of your forecast for the end of the week and weekend. And later, the White House laid out plans for an immigration deal that would include an eventual path to citizenship for nearly 2 million Dreamers.